Ah, Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is JDP here. Uh, so today I would like to share with you something called as daggering in it's a dancehall term. Um, if you've been watching my videos, you probably already know that I like dancing a lot, and I'm totally into music as in expressions, as dance as an expression. I've been learning a bit of kizomba, and I've learned a little bit of salsa bachata in the past, and I've learned a little bit of big boying and popping as well. But I don't remember any of the moves as of now, except for that baby freeze or something stuff. So um, dancehall is a Jamaican dance for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about. So and daggering is part of dancehall. So if you go to the clubs, you can see a typical Caribbean kind of dance hall Jamaican clubs, as in any club that plays dancehall music. So if you go to such clubs, you can see people involving in a type of dry humping kind of thing. If you have seen that, then you have seen daggering. That's exactly what daggering is. And in Jamaica, this originated in Jamaica, I think, back in the 90s. I'm not sure. Dancehall is old, but daggering is relatively new, is what I hear. So it's like this daggering is type of dance move. It literally it literally means, I think, dry humping, I guess. So it's the first time I saw that, I was like, wow, I need to learn that. It's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to dance as well. I think both for the guy and the girl. It's a very sensual thing, and it involves a lot of grinding. I'll post some video links on that video if you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's a beautiful dance. It's an art. That's how I look at it. And the first time I remember seeing daggering is, at that time I wasn't even aware of the term. I used to go to Latin clubs a lot, as I have already mentioned. So I was there in Vienna some time back, a year or two back, and I've been to Vienna. I've been to Dublin, like so in Europe. So I've seen in both of these clubs, people, guys doing this kind of dance. Like they start with salsa and bachata, and then they get cozy with the girl, and then they start daggering. But it's more of like dry humping in its purest form, as in it wasn't. I'm not sure if they knew that they were daggering at that time. Probably just two people getting cozy. Daggering as a dance form, I came. I first encountered here in Sydney in one of those boat parties, I think, where we have like Caribbean boat parties that happen here in Sydney every now and then. So I used to, as I like the music, and I've been to two or three parties, and and there's another bar here in Sydney where they do. dance hall. They have dance hall events like once in a while. So that's where I actually witnessed this thing. As in, it was it was um, it was more prominent in these clubs, as in Latin clubs. Typically you won't see people daggering, you would see people getting cozy and all that. And it would be a different type of flirtation, and a lot of talk, and then a little bit of courting and a little bit of wooing, and then they take it slow. With daggering is hardcore. They start with daggering as in you just start looking for someone to dagger with, and then you go dagger. That's it. And then the girl, depending on whether or not she is into daggering, she might have a look at you if you don't approach from the front, or if you directly start to dagger from the back of the girl, then she probably have a look at you, and then if she's okay with it, she continue, and then you could continue your moves, and then maybe she'll be off to dagger someone else. But so yeah, so that's how it typically works. There's always a protocol involved, right, in any type of dance or any kind of any culture, any if it's a cultural thing, there is always some kind of protocol involved. Now, for an outsider, you look at this and you would think, oh man, this is outrageous, or this is too obnoxious. What are they doing? They're literally dry humping and things like that. But it's part of the Jamaican culture, and it's part of the Jamaican dancehall scene. So if you look at it that way, you just um, it's not like you start daggering and then they'll walk home with you, or spend the night or something like. No, it's just pure dance, and then there's no touching involved anywhere else, with any other part of the body. It's just only daggering, and it just confined to the hip area. And so it's like, if both of if you want a dagger, and then you approach a girl, and then you start daggering, and then if she's into it, then yeah, so you both have a good time. That's it. So I found this really interesting, and I found it very, very fascinating as a cultural expression, anthropologically speaking. And so I started googling what exactly these guys are doing. And I go, what exactly? Because I don't want to end up approaching someone to dagger, and then getting beaten up by someone or something. I don't know how this works in India. It could be fatal, right? It's from a conservative place, and India is a very conservative country. And you can never see things like this happening in any of the clubs in India. So this was all new to me. So I started googling, and then I figured out, okay, so there are a few terms that they use in the Jamaican dancehall scene. Like they keep, even the singers, they keep singing about whining and grinding, and they don't actually use the word daggering, but that's the phenomenon. That's a name that I encountered when I started searching for dance moves. What do these Jamaicans dance in for dancehall music? So voila, I then understood, okay, there is a dance, this is a dance, and it's part of dancehall movement, and then there's some protocols involved, and you approach a girl, and then you start daggering, and then if she doesn't really like you, she just asks you to fuck off, or if she likes you, she probably continue to dagger. So yeah, so I'm new to daggering, and then I'm exploring the clubs that play a lot of dancehall music, so that I can, fine tune my daggering skills. Maybe post some more videos in the future, if at all I get to record one of my performances. Yeah. um, so yeah, so that's about it of daggering. Yeah, my experience in daggering is actually very very not so good so far. So there's this is one of those one of the clubs. It was the first time I tried daggering, and then the girl didn't seem to mind, so I continued to dagger, and then because everyone else in the club was daggering, so I thought like, oh, okay, why not? Maybe I should try this, the first time for everything, right? So I tried it, and then it didn't. She didn't mind, so I continued to dagger, and then at one point I was like sitting, in a couch, and then chilling, and there was this who came to the couch, and then she was like twerking, like it looked like an invitation for me to go dagger with her. So I did, and she actually didn't mind, and I don't know. I continued to dagger for like 3 4 minutes, and then I got really excited, and then I started trying out different positions, and then that's when she freaked out and is like, walked out. Uh, in that brief moment, there was a friend who came, stood next to me, started recording or something. I don't know. So this is what happened. This is like my first experience. The second experience, it was in a boat party, and then I tried to tag, and then the girl gave me a finger. So I was like, okay, yeah, yeah. You're supposed to experience such things if you're not careful, right? Especially if the other person is not into this cultural movement, if they are not aware of it. So then I went to that girl after that, and then I apologized, told her, um, I thought she was into daggering, and that's the reason why I tried in the first place, and she was cool with it. So yeah, so I'll keep you posted, guys, if I get to learn anything more about daggering, and I hope my Caribbean friends will, if at all you guys in Sydney and you get to watch these videos, just let me know. Give me a comment. Uh, uh, I'm willing to learn more about your culture and this and the dance hall particularly. And let me know if you know of any other clubs where they play dance hall music, so that you know and chill, party, and whatnot. Yeah, dance hall is beautiful. Dance hall is amazing, and daggering is the best. Is the best. If you haven't tried daggering, you should try it. You'll love it. If if you don't, uh, sorry, but you'll love it. Trust me, daggering is the best. Yeah, this is GDP signing off. Bye.